I used to be a fan of Eric July's, so I'm still a part of his Rippaverse email list. Obviously, I'm not a fan of his anymore, but it's really important we discuss what he sent me. I got this email which kind of made me pause for a moment, and it made me also feel a wide array of emotions. So he basically told all of his fans that one of his employees has breast cancer, and he has these t-shirts he can buy, and some of that money that you spent will be, given to the lady with breast cancer. So obviously, my condolences to this lady. Her name is Jordan Crow. I hope that Jordan gets better. I hope that her family will be okay and that they can have a good Christmas. Now, this time of year is rough for a lot of people, and I know that most people don't have extra cash lying around, but if you do have a little bit and you do want to give to help Jordan and her family, you can donate to her Give, Send, Go. If that is something that interests you, I do have that in the link of the description of this video. As I mentioned earlier, this email made me feel a lot of things. Obviously, I feel really bad for Jordan and her family, but it also kind of gave me a slimy feeling, because I feel like Eric's taking advantage of his employee. And just to have me elaborate, what I mean is if you look at his Twitter page, he isn't promoting her Give, Send, Go. He's only promoting this new clothing line he's made, which is supposedly, to benefit his employee. But when you read the email that he sent and you look at the fine print, it makes it very clear that, what's being donated to her is net profit. And so some of you guys might go, oh, well, what's the big deal? Of course he's got to, pay for the cost of the shirts and the printing and the shipping and that type of thing. But that's not what net profit is. That's something that a lot of people don't understand. Net profit includes most expenses. So that would include operating costs, fixed expenses. So he's going to have to pay, for example, his rent and utilities, regardless if people buy these shirts. So now, though, instead of paying that with his own money from what he would have earned from selling his comic books, he's using money that people donated, basically thinking, oh, I want this to go to this lady and her family who have cancer so she can pay off her expenses. So it's going, to pay his salaries and wages, insurance, marketing and advertising expenses for other things. So it's going to be covering other expenses he has. And these expenses would have existed regardless whether or not, people were giving him money because his employee had cancer. So he's using his employee's cancer as a means basically to pay his bills. And just to kind of help you understand this idea of net profit, it would be like if a baker holds a bake sale for somebody who has breast cancer, but they're not just using the money that they earn from the bake sale to cover, the flour and the sugar and the other ingredients, but they're also using it to cover, to a certain degree, some of their rent and utilities, etc. So I think you understand what I'm saying. These are costs that Eric has, and he's using his employee's cancer to pay his bills. And him having the large platform he does, I think it would be better if he was just promoting, the Give, Send, Go campaign that this lady has, since all of that money will get into her pocket. But then again, none of it would go in his. Or even just say something like, for every t-shirt you buy, we'll give 10 or 5, or maybe it's just $3 or $2 to her cancer fund. I think most of us feel bad for this woman and her family, especially it being Christmas time. And if you do want to donate to her Give, Send, Go, I do have the link in the description of this video. At least Eric did provide a link to that in his email to everybody, though it would have been better if it was, at the top of the email rather than a footnote near the bottom. Anyway, that's how I feel about this. It makes me feel a little slimy. Let me know how you feel in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day, and a Merry Christmas.